Hello, my name is Benjamin Hart. I'm an American attorney and the Managing Director of Integrity Legal here in Bangkok, Thailand. As the title of this video suggests, we're discussing so-called long-term residence visas, or long-term resident visa. And again, the misnomer, I think, probably sound like a broken record at this point, but it is very much a misnomer. It's not a resident visa. I think they should call it like a long stay visa or something rather than resident, because it's just not legally accurate. It's just not correct. Folks that come to Thailand on these visas do not gain residence in Thailand. They just have a long visa. It's basically the way to look at it. You know, they got a long non-immigrant visa in a certain way. And yes, there's work authorization things attached. We'll get into that. But just wanted to kind of do this video. I thought of making this after reading a recent article in the Pattaya Mail. That's pattayamail.com. Article is titled, Thailand's 10-year visas will be launched September 1. Quoting directly, the other LTR perks apply to all categories and include no need to get reentry permits or to report location every 90 days. Yeah, on the 90-day reporting, they keep saying this, but I haven't seen where any legislation has been promulgated which abrogates the provisions of the Immigration Act 79. And the Immigration Act 79 says, look, there's residence visas and there's non-immigrant visas. There's those who are resident in Thailand under immigrant visa status. Specifically, that's actually the correct term. Immigrant visa status confers residence. There's folks that are either under that or they're in non-immigrant category, which is my understanding what's going on here. Those folks do still have to deal with 90-day reporting. I've yet to figure out legally where that's popping up. Now, I may be missing something. I'm always happy to stand corrected, but for now, I don't really see what's going on there. Or I don't really understand why people keep saying there's no 90-day reporting on it. So quoting further, and minor attractions such as fast track at airports, the latter bonus already being offered to elite visa holders. Amongst the downside factors are a registration fee, compulsory and ongoing medical insurance, regular checks with the Internal Revenue Service, and the need to renew the visa after 5 years. It's actually 5 times 2 years. Now, we saw this already with the OX retirement visa. For those that are unaware of that, going back years ago now, it's so long, when that came out, that was a 10-year visa. But the way that it worked is you met the financial requirements and you got your 5-year visa and you had to maintain them to get that second 5 years. And not a lot of people ended up using the OX retirement visa. This thing is a little bit different. So I think that there's probably going to be more uptake on this than the OX. But again, as I've said before, it's a pretty narrow subset of people that I think are going to be using this visa. Quoting further, the LTR does not carry the automatic right to buy 1 rai of land, but any foreigners investing 40 million baht for at least 3 years may be able to do so. Again, based on what? Just what they're saying? We literally saw, and I read about it, we did a video on it, there was an officer from the land office that came out last year and said, no, that's not going to happen with respect to land ownership. Quoting further, the proposal is currently being tabled to the Cabinet. The Board of Investment, which actually runs LTR, says that the detailed rules may be amended in the future. The early signs are that's going to be necessary sooner rather than later. Well, yeah, it's going to be interesting to watch. I do have to say, just as an offhand, frankly, as a Thai, I find it kind of weird that Board of Investment is so involved in immigration. You know, Board of Investment, to my mind, should be worried about getting some investment into Thailand. Immigration is there. There's already 2 government ministries that have oversight over immigration, Ministry of Interior, Ministry of Foreign Affairs. You know, I kind of wonder if getting another, even though it's maybe not ministry level, but getting another department involved, committee, Board of Investment, whatever you want to call it, is that really necessary? Do we really want that? Just something I'm thinking off the top of my head. But yeah, there are upsides as noted for folks that are interested in the immigration aspects of this. There are upsides to the LTR. Obviously, it's a 10-year visa. It's got a long visa. It's got a long status attached to it. But as noted, it does have some downsides. Most notably, you've got to be in the Thai tax system, which maybe digital nomads especially might be a little bit averse to that, or a little bit that might make them a little squeamish. I don't know. The other thing to bear in mind is, there is an insurance requirement. Again, that may be an issue for some folks. So yeah, there's many upsides, but it looks like there may be some drawbacks to dealing with the LTR when compared to other categories.